Jon, when Reyes has said a few things this time, I know it doesn't necessarily annoy you, but are you just confused in the things he says? Like he says, oh, he hasn't fought an athlete like me, which, I mean, like you said yesterday, everyone in the UFC is probably a good athlete.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, I know how to study tape, and he's talking to the team that's most famous for studying tape in MMA. Are you confused at the choices of angles he's taking in this build-up?
Yeah, I think he's reaching. And my job is just to call him out on his silly comments. And, like when a guy is hanging on to these wild ideas to Dave, do you mind if I get like a small coffee? Thank you. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I didn't drink any water. Woke up pretty late. I'm glad I got a lot of sleep though. Yeah, I think he's reaching. He's trying to hang on to these ideas to like pump himself up, and my job is just to take his ideas away and send him into the fight with nothing, pretty much. And it's easy to do that because like when you say things like Weidman beat Anderson and I beat Weidman, this is going to give me the magic that I need. What are you freaking talking about? Like silly shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, or you haven't fought an athlete, or you haven't fought a Latino, and like all this stuff, like it's about race. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? It's like, it's about skill setting. I've fought guys from all over the world with different ethnicities and different cultures behind them, and it has made no difference. Why do you So he's just silly. He's reaching for anything he can find, and let him have it.
Have you noticed that when you called him out saying, oh, why have you got to bring up party favors, that he sort of immediately stopped going that route and he didn't want to talk trash anymore?
Yeah.
So do you think this, like you said, he's just trying to find any sort of identity he can to get into this fight?
I think he knows that he's over his head, and he knows that he may be. I don't want to say that he doesn't belong here. I don't know. I think he doesn't think before he speaks. That's ultimately what it is. And then he finds himself backtracking. Like if you watch the Ariel Helwani interview when Ariel asks him what you mean about the athlete thing, and how he was like, oh, you just, if you don't get it, I guess you just don't understand. It's just like, you can't even back up his silly thoughts, I just think he needs to slow down, think before he speaks. I mean, even with the bipolar thing, he called me bipolar. It's like, do you know how many people in the world are losing their homes, losing their marriages, losing their jobs? Like, bipolar is something that can come onto you in your later years in life. It's like, it's a very serious mental illness. And the fact that he just rattles friggin' things like that out of his mouth is just, he's an asshole, really.
You won your first world title in 2011, I think, and he made his pro debut in 2014. Even if you win on Saturday, we're now reaching the era where guys are fighting you who grew up watching you. It was always said about GSP, one of the reasons why he's the best of all time is he beat like 3 generations. You, potentially, if you do this for 10 more years, could beat 4 generations. Is that something you think about?
I haven't really thought about it, no. But my goal is just to be here for an extremely long time, a very long time. I want to be here for the whole next decade, and I want to be the champion for this next decade. I look at Daniel Cormier as an inspiration. For him to be the champion at 40 years old, dominating guys much younger than him, he lets me know that if I do the right things, thank you, sir. He lets me know if I do the right things and really take care of myself, there's no reason why we can't keep up with this next generation of fighters, or this next decade of fighters. So that's the goal, that's the motivation. Thank you for the motivation, Daniel Cormier.